Movies can be creepy sometimes, but you can at least take solace in the fact that they're usually fictitious. Even movies that are based on a true story don't promise accuracy. Don't worry, as there are plenty of creepy stories out there that are true, and there's no escape. Number 1. When the children of Riverwood Primary School in Australia went out for recess one day, they found their playhouse filled with 1.5 liters of human blood. Due to the amount of blood found, it was clear the victim would not have been able to get up and walk away. DNA testing was never able to match the blood to anyone. Number 2. The number 0888888888 was discontinued for a dark reason. Every single person who has been assigned the number has died in the last 10 years. 2 of these deaths were mob bosses who probably had it coming, but phone companies still don't like those odds. Number 3. When George Boyer was a boy, he didn't want to be an athlete or a rock star when he grew up. Instead, he aspired to be a one-legged man. It wasn't until he was 68 that he got his wish. Boyer shot himself in the leg. The doctors at the hospital said they could save it, but Boyer convinced them to amputate it regardless. Boyer cheerfully lived with one leg for the rest of his life. Number 4. In 1885, a man received a letter from his brother in the mail. However, his brother had been dead for 13 years. The letter mentioned that his brother was mentally ill and would soon be coming to visit. When the man dug up his brother's coffin, he found it completely empty. Number 5. In 1838, Edgar Allan Poe released the novel The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. The story was about 3 sailors who had to consume their friend to survive a shipwreck. Little did Poe know that this story became a reality some years later. In 1884, 3 sailors actually became shipwrecked and were forced to eat their friend, who eerily had the name of Richard Parker, the man eaten in the story. Number 6. Edward Mardrake was born with a second face attached to the back of his head. The second face couldn't speak, but could laugh and cry separately from Edward's emotions. Edward called this face his devil twin. He killed himself at 23 after doctors refused to remove it from his skull. Number 7. Locals warned Soviet archaeologists that if they took the skull of Timur, one of the great Mongol conquerors, it would lead to war, but they took it anyway. The next day was June 22, 1941, the day of Operation Barbarossa, the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union. Hundreds of thousands of Russians died in just a few short weeks. Number 8. In 1948, strange distress calls from the SS Orang were picked up off the coast of Indonesia. One voice was heard to say, "All officers, including captain, are dead, lying in chart room and bridge. Possibly whole crew dead." A nearby vessel soon received a message in Morse code. It read, "I die." When another boat investigated the ship, they found the Orang crew all dead, eyes open, faces staring towards the heavens. Number 9. In 1997, Rita Swift developed a roll of film she found on the ground. 16 of the photos were from 1969, but 3 had to be from a much earlier time. The 3 photos appeared to have been taken from a pinhole camera. They featured people in 1800s Native American garb. Number 10. A man in Japan set up a security camera because he suspected someone was stealing from his kitchen. He thought it might have been an animal, but when he saw the footage, it turned out to be a woman who would emerge every night out of his cupboard, eat his food, and even take a shower. She had apparently been living there without the man knowing for a whole year. Number 11. In 1669, King Louis XIV sent a man to prison without trial. He was forced to wear a hideous mask of whalebone at all times. What did the man do? Nobody knows. To this day, the identity of the man has remained unknown. Whatever this man did to the king must have been bad. His name died when the king did. Number 12. Before April 15th, 1965, the day Lincoln was shot, Lincoln himself had a dream that might have predicted this fate. In his dream, Lincoln saw a soldier standing over a casket. When he asked who the man was who died, the soldier responded, "The president."